What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined as always by my dad, Sean, and today, reactions to the classics. We're throwing it old school, man. Old school rap battle today in our song battle series. This comes courtesy of a suggestion from our patron and friend of the channel, Deep Blue. We are going to go with two of the most iconic and legendary hip-hop songs of all time, man. We got Rapper's Delight by the Sugarhill Gang going against Planet Rock from Afrika Bambaataa in the Soul Sonic Force, man. This is going to be a fun one because we're also going to be pulling up the music videos, and I've never seen the music video, and I'm familiar with both of these tracks, though, like, not a ton familiar.
Right.
Like, you know, I probably only, heard them both maybe one or two times a piece, and it's been a minute. So looking forward to diving into this one, man. Before we do, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that big red subscribe button if you like what you see. And if you would like to have us do a battle for you, you can check out our Patreon page, which is linked down below. And be sure to follow us on Twitch and social media as well. But Dad, we're going to start with Rapper's Delight, man. 1979, you were 8 years old.
8 years old, so I didn't know it then, but I do know this song. I don't know it great, but I mean, I've heard it several times. 1979, as you said, by the Sugarhill Gang, produced by Sylvia Robinson. It was not the first single to include rapping, so don't get upset if you know all about the hip-hop culture. But it is credited for introducing hip-hop music to a wide audience, much as the same way the Beatles didn't come up with a ton of things, but they brought it to a wide audience, so it makes them quite important. This reached the top 40 in the U.S., as well as the top 3 in the U.K., just showing that our brothers and sisters across the
Atlantic right, man.
are always ahead of us, man. #1 in Canada, prototype for various types of rap music, because it has all kinds of different things in there. Boasting, dance, honesty, sex, and it says with the charisma and enthusiasm of James Brown. They did get in a little bit of legal trouble.
No, man, I've never really thought about this, but obviously hip-hop is built a lot on sampling, so this interpolates Cheek's Good Times, another great track in its own right, and that resulted in a little bit of suing going on. Nile Rodgers was all like, guys, y'all can't do this, we're going to sue Sugarhill Records. It was settled, at least, and it seems to have gotten worked out. A little cool tidbit, this was recorded in just one take. There's a lot of different mixes to the song. I'm not sure which one. I think the album version is the one that's on the music video. I'm not sure.
So. I think so too. It's also 251 on Rolling Stone's top 500 songs of all time. So very, very important. 2014 went into the Grammy Hall of Fame.
Big time. And NPR said it was one of the 100 most important American musical works of the 20th century. I'd have to agree, man.
Yeah, because of what it started. Yeah,
it helped bring hip-hop to the front and part of the culture, and that's been the dominant genre for 2 decades now. Yep. So let's bring this video up, man. And if for some reason the videos get blocked,
which it probably will,
there will be a link down below so y'all can check out the full video with us, man. So thank you again to Deep Blue.
Here's Wonder Mike, Hank, and Master G, the Sugarhill
Already
Gang.
loving the 70s vibes.
Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. To the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie, say up, jump the boogie.
What a mic, too. Got this like long antenna coming out of the bottom.
Rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought 2 friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out. When I'm up the dimp,
there we go.
The women fight for my delight, but I'm the grand
like the bucket hat.
That shock the house for the young ladies.
LL Cool J saw this and said, you know what? I like that look.
Do the bumping when the sucker MCs try to prove a point with Trevor's trio. With the serious joiner from sun to sun and from day to day. I sit down and write a brand new rhyme because they say that miracles never cease. I've created a devastating masterpiece. I'm gonna rock the mic, so you can't resist. Everybody, I say it goes like this. I was coming home late one dark afternoon. Reporter stopped me for an interview. She said she's heard stories and she's heard fables that are vicious on the mic and the turntable. This young reporter I did adore, so I rocked the vicious rhyme like I never did before. She said, damn, damn fly guy, I'm in love with you. The Casanova legend must have been true. I say name, said I go by the name Lois Lane, and you can be my boyfriend, you surely can.
That beat's so infectious.
It is.
He's a fairy, I do suppose, flying through the air, the pantyhose. He may be very sexy or even cute, but he looks like a sucker in a blue and red suit. I said you need a man who's got finesse, and his whole name across his chest. He may be able to fly all through the night, but can he rock a party till the early light? He can't satisfy you with his little worm, but I can bust you out with my super sperm. I go do it.
What a line.
Do it, and I'm here, and I'm there. I'm Big Bang Hank, I'm everywhere. I just throw your hands up in the air.
What a bar.
And party harder like you just don't care. Let's do it. And don't stop, y'all. To the top, y'all. You don't stop. I go hotel, motel. And what you gonna do today? Somebody get a fly girl, gonna get some spank and drive off in a death OJ. Everybody go hotel, motel, holiday inn. You say if your girl starts acting up, then you take a friend. I say skip, dive, what can I say? I can't put them all inside my OJ, so I just take half and bust them out. I give the rest to Master G so he can shock the house.
I said a M-A-S, a T-E-R, a G with a double E. I said I go by the unforgettable name of the man they call a Master G. Well, my name is known all over the world by all the foxy ladies and the pretty girls. I'm going down in history as the baddest rapper that ever could be. Now I'm feeling the highs and you're feeling the lows. The beat starts getting into your toes. You start popping your fingers and stomping your feet and moving your body while you're sitting and you're sitting. Then damn, you start doing the freak. I said bam, I ride it out of your seat. Then you throw your hands high in the air. You rock it to the beat.
Just looks like a good time, man.
I wonder where it's at. I see Factory up there, I think. I don't know.
Now I'm not as tall as the rest of the gang, but I rap to the beat just the same. I got a little face and a pair of rhyme eyes. All I'm here to do, ladies, is hypnotize. I sing it on and on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I sing it on and on and on and on and on like a hot butter. The pop, the pop, the pop, give it, pop, the pop, pop. You don't dare stop or come alive, y'all. Give me what you got. I guess by now you can take a hunch and find that I am the baby of the bunch, but that's okay. I still keep it strong.
It's interesting. This man's just in a V-neck sweater, you know, with as much as if hip hop influences fashion now. Button up of all things, too.
Yeah, you're right.
The other guy's got the rockin' V-neck on.
I said 1, 2, 3, 4, come on, girls. I get on the floor. Come alive, yo. Give me what you got, cause I'm guaranteed.
Is that Stevie Nicks in the background?
Look at the guy back there.
What are you waiting for?
The guy in the glasses.
That awkward white guy dance.
And the guy next to him, too. Not that I would do better. I'd hate to be back there on camera.
Guess what? America, we love you because you rock and roll with us so much so you can rock till you're 101 years old. I don't mean to brag, I don't mean to boast, but we're like hot butter on a breakfast toast. A baby bubba to the boogie, then bang bang the boogie to the beat. Beat is so unique. Come on, everybody, and dance to the beat. Have you ever went over a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? I mean, the macaroni soggy, the peas almost, and the chicken tastes like wood. So you try to play it off like you think you can by saying that you're full, and then your friend says, "Mama, he just being polite. He ain't finished." Oh, that's bull. So your heart starts pumping and you think of a lie and you say that you already ate. And your friend says, "Man, there's plenty of food," so he piles some more on your plate. But while the sticky food's steaming, your mind starts to dreaming of the moment it's time to leave. And then you look at your plate and your chicken's slowly rotting into something that looks like cheese. So you say, "That's it, I got to leave this place. I don't care what these people think. I'm just sitting here making myself nauseous with this ugly food that stinks." So you bust out the door while it's still closed, still sick from the food you ate. And then you run to the store for quick relief from a bottle of KO Pectate. And then you call your friend 2 weeks later to see how he has been. And he says, "I understand about the food, babe, but we're still friends."
We got a shirtless man here. Multiple.
They couldn't take it anymore, man.
Up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat.
All right, Rapper's Delight coming in, man. A lot of, so much to love about that video. Authentically late 70s.
Late 70s,
Oh,
and
man.
I saw the name back, Soap Factory, in the background. So I had to look it up because I wasn't familiar with Soap Factory. Soap Factory Disco, it's a dance party series, features records and songs by guest visits to discos around the world, and dance lessons. So Trey, maybe in our spare time, we should check that out, man, see what we can come up with for the viewers of RTTC. I think there's so much in this, so many great lines.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know, a model of, look, three of us can share vocals here, you know, just a whole lot of things.
No, and you know, I like we had Wonder Mike, who was you know, rocking the white V-neck. Then we had my guy Big Hank, who had maybe my favorite line in there about the little worm. And
that was hilarious.
That was tight, man. And of course the good times sample was fantastic. That beat's so infectious, man.
It is, dude.
It gets stuck in your head. And then you had Master G coming in here. Again, kind of throwing back. You hear rappers all the time. Most notably the Snoop D-O-double-G. Well, first it was the M-A-S-A-T-E-R-A-G with the double E. Master G coming up in here.
Exactly.
I don't know if Snoop's ever talked about that, if he got any influence, but that kind of stood out to me as well. You get some boasting lines. I'm going down in history as the baddest rapper there ever could be. So I thought that was tight. Just as a, it's almost like looking as rock fans back to, you know, your Buddy Holly, or your, even if you want to go further back, your Robert Johnson, stuff like that, because there's really, you know, it's a new genre. I mean,
reaching widespread acclaim.
Yeah, and I mean this, and then, you know, the Message by Grandmaster Flash, you know, that's another, you know, iconic song. Always going to be some of the most important songs, I think, not only in hip hop but in music, just because, you know, what hip hop became in the decades after this.
Somebody's got to be the trailblazer, man.
No, man, and I was impressed, honestly, with the rhymes. You know, I didn't know going back to the the
sometimes
70s.
It can get cheesy, or like, these guys trying to feel their way, but no, it's actually quite a good song that holds up all these years later, 40 plus years later.
It really does, man. And watching the video just kind of it brought it all together, which was tight. So now we're gonna go to another famous track. We got Planet Rock, Afrika Bambaataa in the Soul Sonic Force, 3 years after what we just saw. Came out in 1982.
Yeah, and the recording came together after DJ and producer Baker met with Bambaataa, and the two bonded over the idea, creating a song about their mutual appreciation. This was odd to me to find this out, for the band Kraftwerk.
Yeah, and Kraftwerk, if you don't know, they're really influential in the kind of electronic music. They're a German band, so you know, you wouldn't think you wouldn't think just right off the top that these DJs would be influenced by Kraftwerk there. So that's kind of an interesting thing to know. And we have some more controversy on the sampling. The use of Kraftwerk music on the song was done without permission. The band approached the label and Tommy Boy's manager, and they came to an agreement that they would give Kraftwerk $1 for every record sold. He increased the price of the single to make a return on the record. You know, they were just going to build it into the pro.
We're going to pass that price along to you guys, the consumers.
So that was pretty tight and smart business acumen there. The song was listed as one of the best singles of 1982 by NME, and described as one of the most important songs of the year. And so, man, I've heard this, I think, a couple times.
See, it doesn't sound familiar to me at all. I'm sure I'm going to know it when I just hear it, but the name doesn't sound familiar to me.
No, and again, we'll be rocking with the official music video. So let's see what we got here.
Party people, can yo get funky?
There you go, my man.
Let's go.
Can yo get funky? The Zulu Nation, can yo get funky? Yeah, just hit me. Just take the funk and hit me. Just get on down and hit me.
I want to say this was in an NBA 2K soundtrack at some point. That's probably how I know it.
Yeah, I've never heard this song in my life.
Really?
No. Probably wasn't being played on Sweet 98 in Omaha.
No. Little recorder action.
The soul sonic force, the big power. MC Glow.
Different time, you could dress like a Native American and be, you know. So the guy dressed like a pimp, I guess. over
Dude,
there?
yeah, we got a little
We got a
everything.
Viking.
Or play, our world is free. Be what you be.
Getting some break dancing going on here.
You're the place where the nights are hot, where nature's children dance and set its hand on this mother earth, which is our rock. The time has come and work for soul. Show you really got soul. Are you ready? Pump, 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 get bump. Now let's go. House is rocking, don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop. Keep ticking and talking, working all around the clock. Everybody keep rocking and clocking and shocking and rocking. Go house. Everybody say rocking, don't stop it.
Gotta get that crowd participation.
Dude, man.
Wow.
Wow, wow.
The soul sonic.
That obvious Kraftwerk influence coming
Yeah,
in, man.
for sure, right there. Yeah.
Gotta rock and keep poppin', 'cause in the century there is such a place that creates such a melody. Our world is by the plan of a master jam. Get up and dance, time to chase your dream. About to see, make your body sway. Socialize, get down, let your soul lead the way. Shake it now, go ladies. It's a living dream. Love, life, live.
Got the Macho Man, Randy Savage glasses on here, man.
I can do this part.
Everybody gotta rock it, don't stop it. You gotta
Not the
rock it,
dancing.
don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop. You gotta rock it, don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop. You gotta rock it, don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop.
All right, Planet Rock coming in. Yeah, and I'm wanting to say, man, this was on a video game soundtrack, probably on NBA 2K, which we play every year.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I'm familiar with it, or maybe it's probably been sampled in a ton of stuff that I know from recent years, man. But a total contrast in sound.
For sure.
You know,
and I wonder how much, obviously it features breakdancing a ton. It's 1982. I wonder how much this brought breakdancing to the mainstream. I realized it was going on in New York and different places. But, I remember I was in high school / junior high school when breakdancing became a big thing, even in the city that I lived in. And I wonder how much this influenced that, getting it out. It is a little bit different because this is the official video. While the Sugarhill Gang was the official video, it's obviously a performance.
Yeah.
So it's hard to contrast those two. But where for me, this is nothing against this song is good and it is what it is, but this is definitely for me a time and place 1982, whereas I actually think the Sugarhill Gang still holds up well.
Still holds up more.
Now, both things are important and it's just how it is.
I'm kind of vibing with what you're saying where, this is more kind of its time because not only is it early on the hip-hop realm, but it's not like electronic music was really, had a big, foothold anywhere really either in 1982. That was still in its
and
early
it's early
ages.
video production too. You got to put together a formal video on something that people have never even heard of. It's difficult.
So combining that electronic music with the hip hop, two new genres at the time, relatively new. It very experimental, very
they're in costume on stage, which is always a good move because people remember you even if they don't remember your song. Oh, them crazy dudes that dress up like a Native American and a pimp and a Viking.
Dude,
so,
we had a little of everything. One of the dudes was in the almost like Macho Man Randy Savage, which was kind of tight as well. But Rick Rubin said of this track, Planet Rock is one of the most influential songs of everything. It changed the world, obviously.
So if Rick thinks that, I mean, that's all you really got to know, man.
Bringing it in. Had that like drum machine, which is obviously a huge component of hip hop up to this day, and just very influential. Kind of had that call and response there. And though I like the song, I'm gonna be with you, Dad, as we go to our winner. And I gotta go with Rapper's Delight by Sugarhill Gang, man. Even though it was fun to kind of take a little history lesson, little trip down memory lane.
I agree with you, and I think it's a very important battle. Whether you like the songs, whether you don't, just understand these things really influence music going forward. Whether you like that kind of music or not, you got to remember hip hop has influence across the board on all kinds of music. Just in the same way, somebody doesn't like rock and roll, they still got to recognize the fathers of rock and roll, because without that, nothing else comes. So same thing in this. So a really, really good educational battle, as much as anything that Deep Blue chose.
Definitely, we want to hear from y'all as well. Which of these tracks, you Planet Rock fan, or are you gonna go with the Rapper's Delight? Let us know down in the comment section below, y'all. Thanks again to Deep Blue for bringing us.
Thank you.
And until next time, y'all, happy listening, and we will.